Let me show you how to like NIKOVAX, guys. And yeah, I know it's been a long wait, but it took me a long research to find out how to do all of that. And I know it looks raw, but that's because there will be a second part coming. At least I hope for that. I hope I'm responsible enough to do a second part of it. But already learning how to do all of that and this part took me a long time, so please leave a like and subscribe to support your local mommy here. If not, I'm gonna be mad. And you need plugins for this, guys. You broke it. So guys, for the first part, we're gonna recreate that text and that Itadori thingy. And I already struggle with that. Because you know, I'm not good with text, but I freestyled it, so I show you what I did. I have the opening here. That's from the Shibuya arc opening. All links will be in the description. I tried to gather all the clips and try to get them in the description where I got them. And that both of them clips are from the opening. And so I have the first clip overlapped, Itadori. And what I will do first is to select both clips and pre-compose that, because we're gonna use a lot of layers and I don't want to do that in the main composition. So I pre-compose it first and call that intro for the intro, obviously. Or opening. We call that opening. And select those two options. Move all attributes in the new composition and check adjust composition duration to time span of the selected layers and press OK. And then we go inside that comp that we only have the Itadori clip and the opening. What I already did was, I guess, time remapping those clips. I will not explain that because I did that in a lot of my videos. So the first thing we do is what we could see from the preview is we're gonna add a black and white, add an ink overlay, that is obvious, and the text. I'm gonna start with the text first, I guess. So what I do again is choosing the Itadori clip and pre-comp it again. So I'm gonna make a right click and pre-compose it and move all the attributes to the new composition, blah blah blah. And I call that Itadori comp 1, and I go inside that comp for the text layer. And we're gonna start with the text. The font being used here is called Dripping Marker. You find that on dafont.com. So yeah, we write word first, the end. And then I'm gonna align that to the middle like this with the align tool. You find it under the windows and then align if you don't have it here. And then we have our text, okay? Gonna save it for reasons. I'm scared of After Effects crashing. So another thing that we're gonna do now is the animation. We're gonna copy the text later because all of them are gonna have the same setting anyways. So I open up the text with the arrow here and press on animate and select where is it tracking. So what we need is tracking amount. So I press here on the stopwatch on tracking amount. The first one is going to be 0, and the last I go to the end of it and set it to 33. Sounds like it. No, I don't like odd numbers. I like it when it's even, so let's do 34. So we have something like that now. And now we select or highlight our keyframes by pressing on tracking amount and press F9 to ease them. Go to the graph editor, right click, edit value graph, and we set the graph to the left like this. Then we have something like that. Maybe not that fast. I want it to be a little bit slower. Wait, like this maybe. If not, right click and edit speed graph. I put that down and do a pretty soft one. Yeah, like this. So, and then activate motion blur. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and press on toggle switch modes just in case if it looks like this, or just press here down on this symbol to expand this. I like to expand it. So what we do next is to set the mode here from normal to overlay. That looks like this. And then we copy it with Ctrl+D or Command+D. And the next one is gonna be on the normal mode. Where's normal? Here. And then we go here on rectangle tool by pressing Q or press here on the rectangle, and we set a mask to the top. Make sure to expand it like that when it animates out like this, that it doesn't get cropped out of the mask, you know what I mean? And then we go and press F to open up the feather and put it a little bit high, that it's not harsh like this, that we have something like a gradient. So I have it on 68 now, and it looks like this. And now copy the first text again with Control and Command and T and put it over the second text, because the third text is gonna be on overlay again. That is looking like this, and then we gonna copy that second clip again and put it over the third one. That looks like this. It should look like transparent like. After that, we select all of our clips or all of our text, make a right click and pre-compose it. I call it text now, or let's call it the end. With all those two settings, just remember those two settings and press OK. So now you will be like, huh, now it looks different. So what you just do is to press here. Basically, I don't know what that it's called. It's a star, just press on a star. And now we're gonna copy the clip with Control and D or Command and D, like the text clip, and size up the bottom one or the top one. It's up to you. So, and then you can play around only if this is activated. Deactivated, and I have deactivated a star on the bottom one and set the mode to overlay, that it looks like this. And I change the position that it almost looks like a drop shadow. I don't know, 3D text, I don't have a clue, don't ask me. I have it like this now. And then you could add something like a drop shadow on the bottom one or the top one. We can look if it makes a... Here, I added a drop shadow now and then set the... I have it set like this now on the bottom one with softness 6 and distance 28, but I set the softness a bit higher, like this. And now we have something like that. If it's too high, you can press T on opacity and set the opacity down of the bottom clip, and maybe on the top clip as well. So I have it on 66 now. And then we are finished with the text, basically. We can go out of the comp now. Let me save that. And we're basically finished with the text. It wasn't that difficult. I'm surprised that I was able to do that on second try. Maybe I'm getting better at doing text. Now we go out of the comp, basically back to the opening, because now we're gonna add the black and white, the vignette, and the overlay. So we start with the overlay first. And let me add the overlay first. Wait. So it's the ink overlay. I put that over our Itadori clip. And I'm gonna time remap it that it fits from the timing. So I make a right click and time remap that now. So give me a few seconds. I time remapped it now like this, and it looks weird. So what we're gonna do is we just go to effects and presets and search for invert, and it's gonna look black like this. And that's perfect. Because now we're gonna go and go here to expand or collapse, that we have something like that, and we change the blending mode. We set it to, where is it? Multiply, and then we zoom it up by pressing S to open up the scale like this, because we want it big like that, because it's supposed to look like this. See? And set the opacity down. So I press T to open up the opacity and press on the stopwatch here in opacity, and we're gonna set it to 0, and then we go somewhere near the middle, set it up but not too high. I have it on 46 now, and then at the end we're gonna set it to 0 again, something like that. Yeah, something like this. And then we go to the Itadori clip, press S to up the scale, press on the stopwatch and scale. We're gonna set the 100 to the middle, maybe a bit after the opacity, and activate motion blur, and then zoom it out a bit, maybe on 79, and we gotta add motion tile on the clip, So go to effects and presets here and then add it to your comp and then activate mirror edges, set the output width and height higher until the clip looks like this. And then activate, highlight the keyframes, I'm sorry, and press F9. Go to the graph editor, right click on edit value graph and then set the graph to the left like this. So this is a bit too fast, I'm gonna set it to the end like this. We're gonna correct the graph then. Still too fast for me. So I want it a bit softer like this. Like this is good. Yeah, this is actually good. And now we're gonna add our adjustment layer for the not adjustment layer. We're gonna do that on the comp itself. So just search, no, sorry, never mind. We're gonna add it on the adjustment layer because the text is gonna be black and white too. So make a right click new and add an adjustment layer. Have it above the clip now. Cut it with Control Shift and D or Command Shift and D that it fits the duration of our clip. And then we go search on effects and presets for black and white. Like this. And then vignette, because we have something like a vignette too. I add CC vignette and just add it like this. I don't really change the settings. And maybe you could add a curve. Curves here to adjust the color a bit. If you want to. I'm just doing random stuff so that you know. So like this. Like this. Like this. And I have it like that now. So basically, we have our first part of this opening thingy. So we could now add the opacity. Press D to open up the opacity. Press on the stopwatch on opacity. And in the middle, we're gonna set the opacity. Here. And then at the start on 0. And then here in the middle on 100 and then back to 0 because you see after that the Toto speech is coming on, so we have something like that. And that's pretty good. And then here we're gonna set the opacity to on the adjustment layer, press on the stopwatch on opacity, and the first one's gonna be 100. I set it here and then it goes to 0 that it doesn't look weird when the color comes back like this. So like that. So we are finished with the first part. We can go out the back of the comp. And then we basically would have to add that text here. And maybe we're going to do next. I'm not sure. I need to figure it out first. But if we're going to do that, we go back to the opening. So this is voice over me. And here you see me doing the intro. The thing is, I didn't record my voice because I'm bad at doing text. So I didn't know how much it would take me to recreate the text, and I'm trying my best to recreate it. And I didn't find the logo, the original one from the NIKOVAX edit. I wasn't sure from where it is. I thought maybe it's from Chainsaw Man, but when I googled it, I didn't find it. So I just used the normal Jujutsu Kaisen logo. And I don't know if I will throughout the whole edit will add I'm sick, guys, okay? We'll add some texts on it because I'm really bad at it. I think you see that. I try out a lot and try to recreate it, but I suck at doing texts. I will say that every time. I thought I just suck at doing shakes, but I think doing texts is another thing I'm really bad at. So now, if this video is too fast, just change the speed of this little part where I didn't talk. didn't talk. I'm sick, by the way. So yeah. voiceover Vicky again. Please don't be surprised if the format changes throughout the videos because I record like several videos throughout all the month because I wasn't able to do that in one go. I mean, that edit is crazy and I have to figure out everything one by one. And here you just see me at the Toto part. I try to separate the background with Toto like that. We have two pictures, the background and Toto itself. Right now I just make a snapshot of the background and save it as a JPEG here in After Effects, and then go to the website that will be in the description to run it through an AI, I guess. Not AI, but like content aware fill. I mean, you can do the same, I think, with Photoshop or After Effects, but I was too lazy, so I used the internet side. And then I removed Toto because later we will add a text on it. And after I separated the background from Toto, only leaving the background, I run it through another AI like waifu site, I don't know, and upscale the picture because we only appreciate good quality, do we not? And yeah, so we will see each other in a second after we do the text part of the Toto video. But I'm sure NIKOVAX did a tutorial on it as well, how to do the text, so I do not feel confident showing it. So if I'm doing a lot of mistakes, I'm really sorry. I put a NIKOVAX tutorial in the description if there is one, because I remember, I guess there is one. Moving on, I can show you what I did here after creating the text. I added here a third overlay or picture. And here I added like a vignette, and instead of normal opacity I used the vignette because it was more circle-like how the clip disappears or ends, you know what I mean. And now we can move on to the animation. Now we need to add Toto, so I need to find the clip again, the Toto speech. So what I will just do is to copy clip with Control and D or Command and D that I have 2 times, and I search where the Toto speech is here, and then oh no, I think I already have a snapshot of that. Never mind, guys. I have a snapshot of my thing. Of Toto. Where is that? Let's add the snapshot of Toto. Toto's speech here, and then I add that clip. And I cut out Toto here now. It's really easy. You just use the, you can use rotor brush. Or like here, rotor brush, where is it? Here, or the normal pen tool. I will use the rotor brush here now, and I double click on the clip, and now you just brush everything you want to keep. I want to do my brush smaller. Excuse me, can I make it smaller? Where's brush size? Brushes. And change the size, and then here make sure you're at the start of the clip. Why does Toto have so many fingers? Well, I guess we don't care. It's kind of low-key scary, but it's okay. And then if we're finished, and don't do it perfectly now, you press here on freeze, and now we gotta wait. Oh wait, let me stop because the clip is too long. I cut it here with Control Shift and D or Command Shift and D, that the freezing doesn't take that long. So now it's, oh, no, let's froze it. So now it's finished freezing, and we can go out of the layer and go to our composition. It looks like that. It doesn't have to look perfect. And now we have the background and Toto. Wait, and we need the foreground because we want to put our text behind, so I copy the upscaled clip and call that cliff. And now I just use the mask tool, like the pen tool, by pressing G or on the pen and mask out the little cliff. Doesn't have to be perfect, by the way. Now we have 3 layers in total: Toto, the cliff, and the background. The text will be underneath the cliff and underneath Toto. I will not show you how to do the text because NIKOVAX, I just say Nico, did a tutorial themselves and it's already 40 minutes long. And you know I'm bad with text, so I'm gonna do that on texting speed. But I show you how to do the saber though, so don't worry about that. I show you how to do animation pretty easy. So you just go to Toto and add those puppet position tools. You add one on torso or one on those arms, and then basically you can do the animation here. Wait, I'm gonna set 2 on the thighs as well. I set a Toto clip underneath the cliff clip. Oh my gosh, what did I do?
What did I do? My sources help me. Help me, please.
The arms go up. Okay, from down to up. So what I do is now press U to see the keyframes. The keyframes are automatically set you, so you go to the start. Let's set this down. So like this. And then we go forward and set it up like that. So we have something like this. I make the animation longer here so that it's pretty slow. So now we have that. Of course you add coloring now and stuff, but I already explained it in one of my tutorials before and now how to composite, so I'm not gonna show that, guys. And I would say now you can watch me adding the text and stuff, because the text along with, you know, how to say that, make the video explode. Okay, I tried to freestyle a bit. I don't know if it's really correct, but it looks okay. Could be far more worse. So after creating text made out of 3 layers, what I do is to search the stroke layer, go to layer and auto trace and press OK. So then we put the auto trace and all over Eclipse, and then we add saber on it, so you need the saber plugin and edit, and then it will look like this. Go to customize core, set the saber to layer mask, and it will look horrible like this, but you change the preset to energize. No, not energize, electric, sorry, and it will look like this. Change the color to your preference. Maybe I change it to yellow like this. And then you can customize the glow intensity and stuff all you want. Maybe I'm gonna do it later, I save it first. And then what you basically do is make a right click and pre-compose the auto trace layer. I call that saber now. And it looks like this. Then you choose your ellipse tool or round rectangle tool, could be rectangle tool 2. And then we gonna create a mask right at the start of our clip. Make sure it's on the saber layer. Well, why do we have 2 masks here now? So, or yeah, choose that. Oh my gosh. Choose the ellipse tool. Like this, and then we're gonna do like that. Double click on a mask, change it to the start like this, and then press F to open up the feather to make it softer, like here. And then you change the saber layer from normal mode to add, and then we have something like that. Now you can just go press M to open up the mask and press on the stopwatch on mask path, go to the start of the clip and then to the end. Double click on your mask and then just do it like this. I mean, you can make it bigger like that. And then you have something like this. Exactly. I mean, you could do the mask bigger. Gonna look if I'm gonna do that. Maybe like here. Then we have something like that. So you can always adjust it. Press U to see the keyframes. Then highlight it, press F9. You can now adjust all of that. I'm gonna adjust it later maybe a bit. What you now could do is, we saw the sun is in front of it, so I copy the background clip with Control D Command D, put it on the top first, and then I choose the ellipse tool again by pressing Q. Or on the rectangle. Yeah. And then create a circle. Like this. Oh no, wait, that was wrong. I meant something. Right click and pre-compose the clip again. And then activate the eye, the star here. And now we're gonna make the text like this. No, I didn't mean like that. Now we gotta add the sun, or what that was, that not our whole text is showing. So what I do is just select all the text layers, including the saber, right click and pre-compose it. Call that saber text now, and it will look like this. So just press here on the start and it will look like that. And just press Q again to select the ellipse tool. I press Shift to create the perfect circle, because it should be like the sun in the background. And then double click it. No, not like that. Just double click on your circle that you can move the position like that. And then we gonna go to subtract. Might look like this now, and then press F to open up the feather. And it's supposed to look like here now. Okay, now I don't know why our mask here looks bad. Now we're gonna add it. Add it on our Toto clip. Then we add it like this, yeah. Looks like this now. So the next step here is to do zoom out. We would basically do text. I don't know if I show that because I don't have the clue. I was already struggling here with that text. and I think NIKOVAX did a tutorial themselves how to do that, so I will skip that part, but I show you how to do this now. So basically, wait, gotta make this bigger, is we have a lens blur here, some sort of. So what I do is to go to layer, new, and create an adjustment layer. I put it like this and cut it with Control Shift and D or Command Shift and D, and then I make it stay here with Control Shift and D and Command Shift and D like this, so it goes over the clip as well, because I don't know how much of that I need right now. And we do here zoom in, wait, zoom out, and zoom out, and then zoom in. Okay, wait. We're gonna continue with the adjustment layer in a second. First, we go to the null object again and create another new null object. I use the fast layer by Paintnuts because it's easier. I check parent layers, create null, so it's parented and cut perfectly and adjusted to the one under it. If not, just do it manually. So here I go to press S to open up the scale, and we look where the zoom out is here. Around here must be. And then just here, press S to open up the scale, and then press on the stopwatch on scale. Just look maybe here, and press on that diamond here, or what's the other word? Yeah, diamond. I just call it diamond here. I zoom in a little bit. Maybe a bit more. Yeah, maybe like this. So then we highlight our keyframes and press F9, or make a right click keyframe assistant in Easy Ease. And then we go to our graph here. Right click and edit value graph, and I set it down like this. So it should be like this, but it starts here, so I put it here where the adjustment layer is, so like this. Maybe a bit further away, like this. And then we have a zoom in here at the end. So we set another adjustment layer, null object layer, fitted and parented. So this one is going to be parented with the one above, and we press S to open up the scale, and press here on S on the stopwatch, and then go to the end of it and zoom in. We highlight the keyframes, press F9, go to the graph editor, right click, edit value graph, and set that graph to the right. So like this. Yeah, that looks good. We'll make This looks good. So now let's move on to our lens blur. So search for, where are you now? No. BCC lens blur OBS. We need the iris scale. So press and stop button iris scale, press U, and it starts from here. So we go to the very first one and set the iris scale to 0 first. Why is that set up so high? Set the gamma to 0. Hello, 0. Okay, 10 is the only one that works. Then we go a few frames forward and it must be here. And we set it to... Oh, that's too much. Maybe to 6, around 6. Yeah, between 5 and... Well, 5. Let's do 6. Okay, 6 is good. And then we go a few forward, maybe here again, and set it to 0. And here we're gonna set it on 6 again, maybe. Yeah. And here we're gonna set it to 0 again. It's overlapped with the clap clip, so we have something like this. I see the gamma. Let's change it to. We press on stopwatch and gamma. We align it with the iris scale. I set it here. The first value is 10. Let's set it to the highest number, 1000. Then we go here and set it to 10. Wait. I set it a bit forward. Copy the value with Control and C or Command and C, and paste it in with Command and V or Control and V. So like this. Then a bit closer. Wait, I delete that one because that was wrong, but the last one, and put the gamma to 10 again. Oh, it's already on 10, so press there. So it looks like this now. Oh wait, oh now I did the wrong again. Here. And here we're gonna set the iris scale to 6 again, and the gamma to the highest possible number. Now we got that part. Here we have a zoom in. So we're gonna create a null object again for this clip now, for the Toto speech hand clap. But wait, let's make a right click on the Toto clip first, pre-compose it. I show you why in a second. Move art attributes into new composition, press OK. Yeah, that's good. And I connect the pre-comp clip with the null object. I go inside a clip first, and we gotta add the ripple. Must be here, right? And then we gotta add the text later. That's why I pre-comped it. I don't know if I added text. To be honest, it was already difficult enough for me. The text is the most difficult. Don't ask me why. We gotta add the ripple now. And adjustment layer first, and then search for BCC ripple here. And then we highlight height, wave width, and light level, and press U to see the keyframes. And I think here, I'm gonna change it. We're gonna change the center point to here, somewhere in the middle, obviously. And then we go to height. Set it down to 2. And this to 50. And then wave width. 89 maybe. And light level. And set it here up to 40 maybe, and then the white width I changed the radius first. We want a big radius, so like this. Okay, we gotta cut the clip here with Control Shift and D or Command Shift and D because we want it to start there. So like this. So my values are this. You can copy them. I just did it randomly, to be honest. So I don't have a clue myself what I did, to be honest. So it looks like this. But it looks good. It looks good. Now we can go back to that clip. Okay, we see we need to add a smoke layer here, overlay. And of course coloring. But we're gonna do that later. So first we're gonna do the zoom in. Okay, it's already like this. We need to add motion tile on our pre-comp clip. Mirror edges, output width and height, set it high. And then press S to map the scale, press on the stopwatch on scale. We set that here maybe. And at the start we got zoom out like this. Highlight your keyframes, press F9. And then we go to the clip here, graph, right click, edit value graph, and set the graph to the left like this. Wait, like that. Thought we have something like this. Okay, I see. The clap is too late. I need to time remap that in a second because the clap is already happening here. And then here we have another zoom. Boom. Okay. I set a marker here that I know that I need to time remap that later. First we do zoom in here now. Set another null object layer and make sure that it is parented. This one is parented with that above. Press S to map the scale, press and stopwatch on scale, and set it where it ends. We're gonna zoom in here and we see we have 1 framers at the end. So like this, and then highlight your keyframes, press F9, and then right click, edit speed graph. We have something like this. It's a bit to the, like this maybe. So like this. Okay, now we're gonna time remap that and then we are finished with that part. So with the text, I don't know if I'm gonna show that. So I usually just show what I can do. And yeah, I'm gonna add the overlay and stuff now. We finally move on to the next clip and it's the Feel the Earth. It's one of my favorite transitions that gives me goosebumps, like this part here where it chains with a swirl, edge detect and stuff like this. So first we need the Earth clip. Of course, I think I got it from YouTube. Like I said, if I find the sources or remember where I got them, I will put them in a folder, or I don't know, put the links in the description. First, when you have the Earth clip, you make a right click and pre-compose it with the settings, move all attributes into the new composition and check that box. Yeah, I call that Feel the Earth. Bye. And then just okay, because we gotta go inside the comp. So inside the comp we have the plain Feel the Earth clip. So what we saw from the preview is we gotta add Gojo's eyes first and we're gonna roto brush it. So I'm gonna search the eyes of Gojo first, and I think it was from the opening here, from this one. Was it from that opening? I think so. Yeah, here you see that one. These eyes we need, and we're gonna roto brush out these hands. I'm not gonna explain that part because roto brushing is not difficult, and then I'm gonna time remap that accordingly so you can watch me doing this. Okay, after rolling out Gojo's eyes, we have something living like this. It looks bad, I know. First thing what we do is to go and toggle switch slash modes and change the mode from normal to screen. Yes, screen looks good. And now we're gonna play with the opacity. Press T to open up the opacity and Shift and S to open up the scale. So we press on the stopwatch on both of them. We're gonna start with our scale. I put it somewhere around here because I looked to where we need it. First set the opacity on 0. Okay, let's start with the opacity, and then we go here to, and this is where we see the eye. Maybe 81 or 80, around that number, and then we're gonna set it back to 0. Or not totally 0, maybe 11. 11 is good. So gonna look like this. And here with the scale, we do a zoom in first, and then at somewhere here we're gonna zoom it out at 100, so we see the eye at normal size, or 101, we do not care. And then we go out and do wait. We zoom in back in like this, and then we highlight everything and press F9 to ease our frames. Now we have something like this. I have to look with the preview if it aligns. If not, I'm gonna change the position of the keyframes, but that's not the most important thing now because I already added off beats, so I don't have a sense for rhythm, by the way. So yeah, it looks good. And now we're gonna go and make a right click, new, and create a null object. Combine parent the Gojo eyes with the null object that we created. I call it Gojo eyes parent, so you know that. And we open it up by pressing S to map the scale, pressing stopwatch and scale, and these ones are gonna be aligned with the first 2 keyframes. So the first one is gonna be the normal one, and then at the end we're gonna set it to wait, I'm gonna set this down. And then we have something like this. Set it down to 70 now, and then we're gonna highlight the keyframes, press F9, go to the graph editor, right click and set it to edit value graph, and then we're gonna set the graph to the left like this, but only with the bottom handle. So we have something like this. Wait, maybe I set this higher. So we have something like this now, and above this we're gonna copy our earth clip with Ctrl and D and put it above the Gojo eyes clip. Okay, I call that masked earth, because we're gonna, oh, not make earth, mask earth. Because we're gonna mask it out. So we go to the timeline where we see the whole globe and hold it with the left mouse on the mask. On the circle, there should be a rectangle tool, but you hold it and choose the ellipse tool. And then we create a mask like this surrounding the globe. Make it rough, it doesn't have to be perfect. So we're gonna do it roughly like this, because we're gonna use mask feather anyways, or mask path. When we have something like this, then press M and press on the stopwatch on mask path. Gotta set it somewhere in the back. Wait, we're gonna go here. And double click it. And we're gonna change the earth path, the earth mask, wider like this. So make it wide, because we use feather anyways. And then here in again. I have something like this now. And then we're gonna change the feather. Press F to open up the feather. Let's look here. Because you see it's pretty harsh and we want it pretty soft. I'm gonna set the feather to 100, I guess. So like this. Does it align? Let me check for a second. Ooh, the earth has already to be behind, so we're gonna need to time remap that as well. So what I should have done is to pre-comp the earth layer and then time remap that and then do the mask earth. Now I have to delete it and do that again, so I'm gonna time remap the earth again and then mask it out like I just showed you before. So, but I'm not gonna explain that. Okay, I finally have my time remap thingy in, and it's time for the ripple here. I mean, of course we have text in it as well, but guys, you know I'm bad with text and too lazy for that. Don't hate me for this. Anyways, make a right click on the timeline new and create an adjustment layer, and then we get ripple dissolve, BCC ripple dissolve. Then we have all the settings here. We're gonna press on the stopwatch on light level, press U to see the keyframes. Gonna look, wait, oh my gosh. I was about to scream that my After Effects is crashing. I think the ripple starts here, so we're gonna set the keyframe here. We set the light level keyframe to 75, then to 10. Like this. And we're gonna press Shift and T to up the opacity, pressing so much on opacity. We're gonna set the opacity here on 0. Oh, and then here to, no wait, here to 0, a little bit at the back, and here at this side at 100. Right here. Gotta drag it out a bit. Because I want to do the ripple pretty long. So like this. Ripple, ripple, you looking good. So we have that part now. And now it's time for us to do this cool swirly move. Transition to the next one, I think with an added ripple. I already prepared the clip from Mahito and Itadori, that punch. Whew! And I pre-composed it. You could time remap it. I will not do that now. But if you have those two clips, what we're gonna do is to highlight both of them, make a right click and pre-compose it. We call that Feel the Earth Effect. I like to do it like this because then it's more sorted and we have a better overview over the timeline. We go inside the com and we have those two clips now. And exactly here, I guess it starts the effect. So what we're gonna do is we add our swirl overlay here. I guess it starts here, so we're gonna do boom, maybe here. We can adjust it always later. I put it somewhere here in the middle now. And I call that Swirl 1. And the first thing we gotta do is to press T and T and Shift and S to open up the scale and opacity. We press on the stopwatch on both of them, and I will put it here behind now. Of course we don't see anything right now. I will adjust it later. And we're gonna mask it out here with the ellipse tool. We're gonna do that here, the circle like this for now. And change the mask 1 to subtract. And then, wait. So, toggle switch modes and change the mode from normal to add. So we have something like this. See? Maybe it starts here, so we're gonna put that back like here. It looks a little bit weird because you see it's a little bit hard and harsh. So I press F to open up the feather and change the feather to around 100 should be enough. Yeah, 100. Then press U again to see both keyframes. And the first one, we have it zoomed in because we want to match it to the Earth, obviously. So at the start, we're gonna have this here. Wait. For me, 185 is enough, but it always depends on how you use it. And opacity on the first one is gonna be on 0. Then we move forward. I see we gotta put it a little more in the back. Wait. Like this. And then we're gonna set it here on that it fits. Wait. And then the opacity to 100. And here maybe definitely to 100 again. So we just copy the value from this one by pressing on a diamond on both of them. And then we go further. Set the swirl up. Maybe like this, and the opacity to 0. Save it now that we have something like that. Oh, that doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. And now we copy the exact clip with Ctrl and D or Command and D. And we set the swirl to, you know, the one above, from add to multiply. Where's my multiply here? Multiply? Where's multiply? Ah, there. So that's black like this. Gonna look, wait. Go to mask. Is it subtract? Yeah. Wait, and here we're gonna change the mask a little bit. And adjust it. Here we're gonna do that smaller. I guess. Maybe we shift it a little bit, the opacity, so we don't align exactly everything. Well, anyways, let's move on to the rebel. I cannot always stay with that. We go here to that part, right click and new, and create an adjustment layer. Press Ctrl Shift and D or Command Shift and D to cut it. I put it below the swirl, but above the Itadori clip because we don't want the swirl to be affected, and we add again a BCC ripple dissolve. Now we're gonna play around and looks what looks the best. This needs to be bigger. This looks good, but it's... Was it light level 0? And we have something like that. Wait, radius. This looks good. And cut it here with Ctrl Shift and D, Command Shift and D, that it fits to the clip. And now we have something like this. We just go out for a second to look. Do I still record? Okay, just for the... Oh, wow, that looks good, but we still need to add the halftone effect here and the edge detect. So we press new and add an adjustment layer. I cut it here with Ctrl Shift and D, Command Shift and D, and then here with Ctrl Shift and D, Command Shift and D. I mean, we could still expand it later. And we first gonna add, wait, let me save first. Let's add, let's start with the detect thingy. So add the S underline edge detect. For that, you need the Sapphire plugin, I'm sorry. And then you just copy my settings here. Oh wait. Oh no, what? No, don't start Mocha. How smooth do we want them to be? Maybe 4. 4 I'm thinking if there's anything we gotta change. No, then let's add a retone to change the color of the edge glow. We want it in the color red, obviously. Which red was it? Let's do red like this. I guess it's not perfect, but yeah. Then a deep glow to add a glow on it, obviously. Deep glow. Then we have something like this. And then we gotta create a mask again. Choose the ellipse tool or press G. Was it G? Q, I'm sorry. And then we create something like that. Or maybe something smaller. to test. And then we gonna mask and subtract. And press F to remove the feather. Oh wait. So it looks soft, but 100 should be enough. But then we see we gotta make the mask bigger, I'm sorry. Because we don't have an edge glow on the, or edge detect on our earth. So we have something like that. Oh, that is pretty lit. And of course we gotta add an opacity. We press T to open up the opacity. And press on the stopwatch on opacity here. Did I mention press T to open up the opacity? Yeah. So the opacity to 0 on the first one here. And then we're gonna go to and set that to 60. Here maybe. And then again, press on the diamond that we have another 60. Oh no, let's do 100. So fully, and then we're gonna go back down to 0. I think around something like this would be really good. Yeah, this is good. And now we just copy the layer with Control D, Command and D, because I'm too lazy to create a new keyframe and stuff like that. We delete the S edge detect and act or S underline halftone. So S underline halftone. And we have something like that. So we gotta change the settings probably. And we change the dots frequency higher, that the dots don't look that big and bulky. So I set it around 140 maybe. And wait, I put it above the tritone and stuff. That it looks like this. Now we have something like this. I just look if the deep glow is necessary. We can do the mask smaller. Like this. Mask. Nah, like this maybe. And then we let it stay like this. This looks good. This looks good. My gosh, guys. Ah, but we do not see the eye here no more.